Hello guys, welcome back to Fresh as my new cooking show. Today we also have North helping me here with the recording, but I'll basically be teaching you how to cook food that's fresh as North. We're gonna make some like roasted pesto vegetable stuff. You know, you can use any vegetables that you want, but I've got a really long carrot, another long zucchini, a long potato as well, eggplants that I pre-chopped, generic tofu. I've got some pesto that I pre-made. There's that, and I have a banana so that I can eat while I'm cooking. I've got some olive oil. Or any oil of your choice. Some salt too, but don't put too much salt. It's not good for you. Yeah! What do we do, North?
We'll wash the vegetables.
I've got a big bowl. You just dump it all in here. And yeah, carrot. I'll also just be saving this water to wash my dishes later, I guess. And basically we're done. Wipe your hands. Wipe your hands. This is gonna be really easy. This will take like 5 minutes to do. I guess I won't use all of this. Break it in half. Be creative with the way you want to chop them, but be careful with everything in life. Be creative and be careful. So the reason I'm teaching you to cook right now, I mean, besides the fact that it's like the coronavirus and everyone should know how to cook because everyone's bored and also hungry, and my real hidden agenda is climate change. Of course. A plant-based diet is not only healthy for you, vegetables are obviously full of nutrition and they're colorful and you know they're great. They're very sweet things. But they're also really great for the environment, mainly because meat has a very high carbon footprint. Meat also is fairly bad for you. It's got a lot of saturated fats, a lot of weird proteins that, you know, you might have too much of. They're full of antibiotics, you know, they pump in a bunch of hormones to make those animals grow faster so they can kill them quicker and like sell them quicker. And so they grow way too quickly for their own good and they like can't support their own weight on their leg. Meat is not so great, but anything in moderation is good. So before a cow becomes your wonderful beef burger, North, where's a really good beef burger you've had?
Degrees?
I don't care, man. So yeah, before cows become beef and the beef becomes burger, it takes a tremendous amount of time and resources and, you know, all these things to grow the animal big enough to become that slab of meat that you eat. You know, first you have to grow the thing it eats. You have to grow all this grass just to feed this cow when you could have fed millions of people, starving people around the world, all this plant-based food. So again, growing grass or growing whatever kind of feed takes up a lot of water and a lot of land to do, which you also have to cut forests for to do a lot of agriculture. And also you have to use a lot of pesticides and fertilizers that are chemical and toxic. So once you're done growing that grass, what happens next? Let me read the script.
Cut!
What's going on?
Yeah, you can keep talking. I'm just trying to get some other viewers.
So here's a potato. But I'm hungry too. Can you eat some banana? So as this grass grows, you know, once it's done growing, just like a lot of crops, you then slash and burn it as well. So that creates a lot of air pollution. I maybe making up some shit right now, but I think, yeah, you have to burn a lot of land to grow crops. So when you're done with all that, And you know, from this baby cow up until, you know, the cow that you can eat, the industry nowadays pumps a whole lot of chemicals into these cows, a lot of antibiotics into your chicken or cow or pig or whatever meat you eat, to make it grow quicker, as I mentioned previously. These things aren't only bad for the animals and they make them sick and filled with disease, it's also bad for you when you eat the meat. North would know because he eats a lot of meat. Besides that, it's also bad for the surrounding environment because, you know, once the cow shits or once these toxic wastes wash away, they go back into our soil that we use to grow our food, and they go back into the water that we drink. That aside, you know, it's just bad for animals to have to be living like that. You know, whether chickens or cows or horses or it sucks for them to have to be all crammed up in one place, and you know, no one wants to live like that. No one wants you to live with a bunch of people they don't like, and some of them are sick as well, some of them are just dying, and that's no way to live a great life. But that aside, you know, if you don't care about animals too much, I'm still not done with the process of making beef burger. Oh, this is the pesto, by the way. It's really nice and green. I made this the other day. Really easy. You just put garlic, olive oil, and some pesto, some basil inside of a blender, and you blend it, and that's literally it.
Smells good.
Thank you. Just dump it in there. And you know, at this point, your meal is almost done. If you have an oven, if you don't, just put it on a pan and fry it. Once all that, you know, cow is grown up and it's ready to be butchered because it's big enough, and yeah, you need to send these lovely cows to a slaughterhouse. Very inhumane and cruel process. It then gets transported probably to this other factory to process it, to like grind it up and make the meats into a sausage or a burger, or and then from then it has to be packaged, and then it has to be, you know, marketed, it has to be shipped, and then you transport it all over the world, and then you put it in these supermarkets, and then you buy it. So as you can imagine, that takes up a lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of fuel, creates a lot of pollution along the way. I also forget to mention cow farts. Cows fart a lot, and that's a lot of greenhouse gases. Too much of it is not good for our planet and for us. Oh no, I forgot the eggplants! No.
Wait.
But yeah, that's my hidden agenda for today. And this time that we've learned how to cook this really big tray of baked vegetables that, as North said, smells really amazing, you've also learned more about climate change. I hope that was very interesting. This is looking great. You might want to make portions that fit your tray, but you know, you learn lessons. Once that is done, you just pop it in the oven at whatever heat you have. Put it for whatever time you think it should take. No! Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, maybe more salt would do. But this is great.
Yeah, you didn't put salt earlier.
Yeah, I forgot.